Fancy meeting you.
We are exercising.
Yes, we are. You know, we start. This is like over 6,000 foot where we start, and it's all up. After every step is a little higher.
Oxygen. First time we've done it
Since last year.
A year.
Yeah.
A year. Yeah. We've been walking.
Why haven't we done this?
Because
we're not taking care of our emotional wellness
and our fitness. Well, we are, but
you know what we discovered is that endorphins are very important, and we're trying to eat the right foods, and we're doing some supplements to help some of our limitations. But what we realized is that one limitation we have is that we're not jump starting ourselves with a burst of endorphins. We're walking every day, and that's helping, but it's not pushing us like this is pushing us to get those endorphins and get that endorphin high to get that boost. So we're excited about this.
So we've been walking every day, and I was hoping that that really had my stamina going. And I'm sure I'm 10 times better than I would have been. But I've still had to rest a lot, drink water, make sure I'm eating, enjoying the beauty, taking photography as we go along. It's been so wonderful. So today we're mixing our emotional wellness and our fitness. What a great way to go.
This is a hike we hadn't really planned. I think Rinda had thought about it, not talked about it. And so this morning she says, I need to go hiking. So we hadn't really pre-planned very well. So we kind of threw it together and got out the door before breakfast and had breakfast here. What I want to say is when you're going to do this kind of exertion, a half hour before you start, you should take on about 20 ounces of fluid, water preferably, so that your body's prepped for it. But that's important when prior to really any exercise, but when it's strenuous, you got to do it. We didn't do that, so we got here and we're both kind of, our bodies aren't quite ready. And so we've had to take it easy.
We also had not eaten before we left, and we thought, well, we'll just eat up there. So we took some boiled eggs and nuts and seeds and apple. Well, the problem is that we started walking and then we sat down to eat. We've been fasting all night because, you know, breakfast is a breaking fast. So we started this with no energy on board and no water on board. So those are two mistakes we won't make again. And since then, we've drank a lot of water, we've had food on board. I feel so much better now. You too?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I thought we would show you what we brought on our hike for energy. Now we started with 2 boiled eggs, perfectly boiled. Then we had an apple, half of an apple, and eggs. So we brought these olives because olives are a tremendous fat. The reason we're bringing olives and good fat is because it gives us more energy even than the carbohydrates do. It has 9 calories per gram, whereas carbohydrates have 4. And so yes, we're eating a huge variety. You have cheese and crackers and nuts and seeds, which is more fat. And the eggs had good fat and protein in them, but we make sure we have carbohydrates too and lots of water. So we just nibble these along the way, and it keeps giving us the energy that we need to hike up this mountain. So not only are we doing emotional wellness and fitness, but we're eating properly too.
Well, we made it to Lamoille Lake. It's a little over 2 miles up from the trailhead that we left on. pretty casual walk for us, actually. We kind of
We're so glad.
rested, lots of pictures,
And
videos.
we started climbing up over another mountain. I saw somebody walking down. I says, does this get us down to the lake? No, this gets you over the next pass, which is right over there.
Had we enough time, that would have been the choice, but
I would love to do that.
we are babysitting starting this afternoon, so we got to get back.
Today, we were able to take Synergy with emotional wellness, which just, we got all these endorphins going and great serotonin and happiness and great exercise and good food.
Very good food.
What a wonderful, wonderful time this has been.
Going out for a hike, a walk like this, is what you need for your emotional wellness, for certain. From getting the endorphins going and forcing your lungs to breathe deep, smell the flowers. These wildflowers.
Oh my word, it smells very
Amazing.
intoxicating.
Very relaxing, the right kind of thing to do. Sometimes you don't have this as an option. And when that happens, and what I'm going to share is a relaxation technique that can work anywhere. And it's a simple one. And really, it's one that anybody can do. And you already know it. It's deep breathing. I think I have things crawling on my ears. It's an important way to relax. It's something we should always be doing, and you can practice it in the midst of something else. But sometimes you need to pause what you're doing and say, oh, this is crazy time. And you need to think about what you're doing, relax your muscles a bit, okay? And breathe in. Hold it for just a moment. And then let it out.
Let that carbon dioxide out. That's the only way I made it up the mountain, by the way, is breathing oxygen in.
But think about your muscles. Think about relaxing them while you're doing it. And just focus on your breathing. Don't force it, but just breathe in. Do that like 5 or 6 times when you're really, really stressed. And it can take you down from that stress. Get your mind back where it needs to be. Get the oxygen in your bloodstream, which is something you need. Because so often when we're stressed, we're tensing up, we're breathing shallow. We Westerners are shallow breathers, and it's not healthy. So take some time, breathe right, teach yourself to breathe right so you do it more often. But pause and breathe, and that can help your stress. But hey, if you're fortunate enough to be able to go on a hike like this, do that instead. It's even better.
It's really great. 3 hours up, 1 hour down. Of course, going up, we rested a lot and we took a lot of pictures and sat and talked and ate and relaxed. 3 hours up, 1 hour down.
We're going to start including some Q&A sessions with our videos. And as a starter, we're adding to this video some Q&A. We have had a series of questions that we want to answer with an explanation so that we understand, so that you understand what's going on. We're still in Nevada. We will be here until next spring, probably, if everything goes like we have it planned.
Maybe we should ask the question that somebody's asked.
What's that?
Are you still in Nevada? No. Are you still going to Missouri? When are you going to Missouri?
Well,
what are your plans?
Yeah, there we go. So that's what we're talking about. So it'll be springtime, but we're going to be taking all of our stored items and a few other of our things that are here in October to the farm there in Missouri and store it there.
We were going
The reason that we're doing that, right,
yes.
is that it's a 2-trip adventure for us. We have to take a truckload of stuff, and then when we pull our RV there, that's a you know, I'm the driver for both of those. I can't do them both at once. So we're going to make it into 2 trips. That way, come springtime, when it's time to go, there's not as much to worry about. The stuff can store there as well as it can store here.
We are leaving the first weekend of October. And the reason we were going there to begin with is just to take a vacation to our property. And then we decided, well, we should take our
little
stuff.
bit of visiting, yeah, but didn't make sense to make the trip without it.
One of the things that we want to do while we're there is make at least one of the swales on our food forest.
Yes.
So that we will be able to start planting when we get back.
Yes.
And we're taking our BCS there. Maybe one of the questions to answer is we've been telling you that we are doing our debt snowball and getting out of debt. We just paid off a huge bill and starting on one other one this next week, and we're making good progress and giving ourselves attaboys as we go and feeling really good about it. But so all of our things that we have pared down and hardly had anything left of that is ours in this world, we're taking back there and putting it in a barn. And we're getting 2 cats that will be there. They're already being taken care of.
They're kittens now.
Kittens. Okay, so they're taking care of them for us and raising them up for us.
Yep.
Wonderful.
They're going to imprint them very well with humanism, so that when we get there, the cats aren't afraid of people. They won't know us for a while, but once we start feeding them, but they're going to be the barn cats to help us out there. As you all know, it's great to have something that gets rid of the little rodents that tend to find their way to barns.
Right. And then in the spring, we haven't told the exact time because everything is fluid.
Yes.
And it may be earlier, it won't be later.
Yeah.
So the latest that we're going is like the first week in May.
So, long answer to several questions. So
yes, we are still going to Missouri, taking our things out in October, moving there by the 1st of May. One of the reasons that we're doing a Q&A is because this is a preliminary to what we would like to do once a week. We have many of our wonderful viewers who ask a lot of nutrition questions because I give a lot of nutrition explanations. And what we would like to do is pick a day and do a video a week where we are answering your nutrition questions. And it can be on anything that has to do with nutrition, mood, anything like that. So what should they do? Hashtag Heartiness Approach question?
yes.
Hashtag Heartiness Approach question in capital letters.
Yes.
That way they will see it. And
they're doing that in the comments here,
in the
right?
comments on any one of the videos.
Or it could be on our Facebook.
Yes, on our Facebook.
Heartiness Approach, or either one of our Facebook, our personal.
Right. You can just ask a question. And if what we'd like to do is start having the questions that are in by Wednesday get answered the next Wednesday.
Yes.
And then
give us a week if she needs to do specific research. Most of the questions she'll have, right off the top of her head, is going to come and answer. But sometimes she's got to do some research.
A lot of times I've got to do some research. And my brain is kind of swimming right now from research for my master's, so.
Yeah. Now, that said, there's some specific types of questions that you can also consider. What she is learning about with a lot of the exposure she's getting right now is the connection between diet and our addictions that we have, or I should say between addictions and some of the problems that we face with our health and our nutritional intake and how that affects us overall. So a lot of us, all of us maybe?
Not all of us.
Have some type of an addiction. I mean, whether it's to sugar.
Ours is still a little bit to sugar.
Yep.
And we love chocolate.
I mean, we have very little of it, but it's still there.
Yeah. But it could be soda, it could be sugar, it can be alcohol, it can be
Caffeine.
tobacco, caffeine, Red Bull. And so I work I work with people that are addicted right now to all different things, and I am learning special certifications in how to help them in reference to nutrition. So.
Right. So if you have questions, those are the ones you probably have to research a bit, but she knows quite a bit at this point,
And
what she's learned.
Just looking down at some of the past videos to see if anybody has additional questions right now. I think we'll let it go at that.
Right. We're looking for new, fresh questions. If you've asked them before and we haven't answered them, this is your chance. We'll be on it.
So hashtag Heartiness Approach question in capital letters on Facebook, our emails, this, YouTube, any way you can get a hold of us, and we will put those together for you. We have enjoyed making this video as we hiked through beautiful mountains.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.